I think Blake Lively, at this point, is sorry that she ever started the whole thing.
Yeah, she said it looked like Blake Lively was falling for Justin Baldoni. It would
She said it. The courtroom went silent. Dr. Carol Lieberman, a celebrity psychiatrist, unleashed the ultimate bombshell, testifying that Blake Lively may have formed romantic feelings for Justin Baldoni while filming It Ends With Us. What began as a legal fight over harassment claims has exploded into a full-blown soap opera, marked by blurred lines and hidden emotions. Nobody expected this Oscar-worthy twist. The revelation rattled everyone present, suggesting an emotional conflict far deeper than any legal dispute could encapsulate. This stunning disclosure immediately reframed the entire public understanding of the high-profile case.
This psychiatrist who's interviewed here is really spot
On June 7th, during pretrial discovery, Lieberman analyzed Blake's conduct, exposing findings that stunned the court. This psychiatrist, known for decoding emotional turmoil, described supposed chemistry between Blake and Justin, crafting a striking image of an actress so consumed by her character that imagination and reality intertwined. According to Lieberman, this wasn't merely workplace admiration gone astray, it was deeply uncomfortable given Blake's marriage. This expert witness's testimony painted a picture of profound personal struggle, adding an unprecedented layer of psychological drama to the ongoing legal battle that has gripped Hollywood.
This person is a psychiatrist and an author. Her name is Dr. Carol Lieberman. She works as an expert witness in court cases, meaning that when they need an expert in psychiatry, they would call her and she would analyze the situation. And she was interviewed by Sky News Australia to talk about how Blake Lively, when she dismissed her emotional distress claims against Justin Baldoni, and what her thoughts were around.
Lieberman, an expert witness frequently called upon for complex cases, refused to restrain herself. Drawing on her extensive experience, she openly questioned why Blake would go to such lengths to destroy someone's life over seemingly minor discomforts like hair smelling. Her argument suggested Blake's lawsuit wasn't a pursuit of justice, but a psychological defense strategy, an effort to manage her conflicted feelings for Baldoni. This wasn't just about courtroom disputes, it was about internal emotional conflict, making the entire situation exponentially more complex and captivating.
It looked like Blake Lively was falling for Justin.
Blake, confronted with these powerful emotions, reportedly panicked, burdened by guilt, public expectations, and perhaps even Ryan Reynolds' constant watchful gaze. She allegedly decided to bury her feelings. In Hollywood, how does one bury forbidden emotions? According to Lieberman, by accusing her co-star of harassment. This chilling theory suggests that rather than facing her own emotional turmoil, Blake chose a destructive path, shifting blame to Baldoni in a desperate attempt to protect her image and high-profile marriage. It's a scandalous interpretation that redefines the entire legal narrative.
Very uncomfortable with that possibility because, of course, she's married.
Lieberman delved deeply, examining everything from Blake's body language to notorious slow dance scenes in It Ends With Us. She argued that the connection between Blake and Justin was far more profound than mere method acting or workplace friendliness. Extended eye contact, nuanced physical gestures, and instances of on-screen vulnerability created an image of an actress struggling with emotions she either could not or would not acknowledge. This detailed analysis moved beyond speculation, offering a clinical, expert perspective on the alleged emotional entanglement at the heart of the scandal.
At the end, she just decided to blame him for harassment rather than facing and acknowledging her own.
The psychiatrist went even further, openly raising the question of whether Blake's lawsuit was less about defending herself from alleged misconduct and more about protecting her marriage from an uncomfortable reality. Could this entire legal spectacle be a calculated effort to persuade not only the public but also Blake herself that her marriage to Ryan Reynolds remained untouchable? Or was it merely a desperate plea for help from a woman crushed under the weight of fame, family, and forbidden emotions? The questions linger, deepening the mystery surrounding Blake's true motives and intentions.
What happened is that she got into her character, and I think she was starting to fall.
Justin Baldoni, caught in this whirlwind of chaos, has responded with a master class in resilience. Denying any misconduct, he's not holding back, having countersued Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for a staggering $400 million in a defamation case that has captured everyone's attention. This aggressive legal move showcases Baldoni's determination to clear his name and reputation amidst the severe allegations. His refusal to back down signals a fierce battle ahead, transforming an already dramatic situation into an epic legal showdown with immense financial and personal stakes.
What I think happened is that she got into her character tremendously, like good actors are supposed to do. And I think she was starting to.
Baldoni's legal team moved swiftly, crafting a defense as meticulous as a detective in a whodunit novel. They reportedly submitted a massive collection of on-set footage, emails, and other evidence to counter Blake's allegations, leaving no stone unturned. The defense portrays Baldoni as professional and consistent, standing in sharp contrast to what they claim are Blake's erratic and unfounded allegations. From carefully time-stamped emails to candid behind-the-scenes footage, Baldoni's arsenal of evidence makes it clear this trial is about uncovering the truth, not just events.
Someone so badly for just smelling your hair or for saying something that you felt was uncomfortable. Why would you go to this length to destroy someone?
Then came Baldoni's public statement, a true mic drop moment. In a composed yet resolute appeal, he demanded truth and accountability, voicing his frustration over the devastating toll this saga has taken on him, his family, and his career. Enough is enough might well be his mantra as he strives to restore his reputation in the court of public opinion. This powerful emotional plea humanized the legal battle, garnering sympathy and raising critical questions about the impact of high-profile accusations on an individual's life and legacy.
Thing that Dr. Lieberman pointed out here, which I also think at this point is bound to happen, is if Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's relationship can survive.
Meanwhile, as Baldoni fights in the courtroom, the drama has crept into Blake Lively's personal life, especially her marriage to Ryan Reynolds, with strain reportedly beginning to surface. Reports suggest Ryan's involvement in this scandalous saga has been far more hands-on than anyone imagined. Rumors claim he's been orchestrating a very different role. Think less devoted husband, more stage manager controlling Blake's every move. This alleged controlling behavior casts a new shadow over their seemingly perfect Hollywood romance, revealing potential cracks beneath the surface.
Also saying that she thinks Blake Lively regretted that she ever started this as well. I think so too. If she knew the consequences of this lawsuit.
On the set of It Ends With Us, Ryan was an ever-present force. Eyewitnesses described him as if he were ready to leap through the screen whenever Blake and Justin got too close. A lingering look, a casual conversation, or even a simple collaboration, not on Ryan's watch. His presence grew so conspicuous that the simmering tension was impossible to ignore. It wasn't subtle, it resembled someone desperately trying to keep a pot from boiling over. Only Ryan's lid consisted of a blend of piercing glares and strange smiles, fueling speculation of jealousy and mistrust.
She didn't want the public, obviously, to see what her mental health records were.
The drama didn't stop with the final take, far from it. Once the cameras stopped rolling, fireworks reportedly continued behind closed doors. Explosive arguments driven by jealousy and mistrust have become the new normal in the Reynolds household. Who would have thought that the man behind such an effortlessly charming persona could star in a real-life domestic soap opera? These private battles add another layer of complexity to the public legal dispute, suggesting deep-seated issues that are now being exacerbated by the intense spotlight of the unfolding scandal.
Predator Pool himself blocked me. I don't know when he blocked me. I don't know if it's when I exposed on X what happened with his daughter in Deadpool and that abhorrent things that they made her do.
Here's where it gets even juicier. While Ryan was reportedly micromanaging Blake's life off screen, his public demeanor appeared completely out of sync with hers. Ryan opted to share everything except anything about Blake. He charmed crowds at events and dished on other topics, but when Blake was involved, he became a master of the silent treatment. At events where couples typically show unity, they seem to be starring in entirely different films. This glaring discrepancy between public and private persona further fuels the narrative of a marriage under immense strain.
7 Wayfair parties are well below the ceiling of the small group exception, and Reynolds defamed all.
Is Ryan's protective, some might even say controlling stance an act of desperate love or just jealousy running wild? Reports of escalating tension and explosive arguments suggest this approach may be backfiring spectacularly. When your husband hovers like a drone with a vendetta, it's hard to call that healthy support. As this saga unfolds, one thing is clear. The lines between personal and professional, truth and perception have never been blurrier, leaving many questioning the true nature of their high-profile relationship.
Because this is what he's going to be remembered for.
Blake Lively's history with her co-stars is, to put it mildly, the kind of material that writes itself for gossip columns. Her previous sets have frequently sparked rumors and whispers of emotional entanglements, adding new layers of intrigue to the ongoing saga with Justin Baldoni. Let's take a look back at Blake's on-set chemistry over the years and explore how history might be repeating itself, or at least rhyming. This consistent pattern across multiple projects raises uncomfortable questions about her professional boundaries and personal conduct.
And now, things are not looking good for her. And I wonder if her husband, how much longer he's going to stay supporting her, because this has just really blown up.
First up, Green Lantern, the film that sparked countless memes and, more importantly, marked the beginning of Blake's relationship with Ryan Reynolds. What began as two actors sharing a screen quickly evolved into two actors sharing a life. But the timeline was messy enough to make industry insiders raise eyebrows. Rumors circulated that sparks ignited between Blake and Ryan while she was still involved with someone else, adding an entire scandalous subplot to the origin story of Hollywood's seemingly perfect power couple.
People were saying before that he was the mastermind behind all of this. I don't really think he was. I think he was supporting Blake, and I think they have the same ideas about a lot of things and that they wanted to take over the movie.
Then there was The Town, featuring Blake Lively and Ben Affleck, two Hollywood favorites whose chemistry was said to be so electric it could have powered the entire set. Their on-screen partnership in this gritty Boston drama drew critical praise, but it was the off-screen whispers that truly captured attention. When Blake and Ben were seen sharing friendly chats between takes, Hollywood's rumor mill spun faster than Ben grabbing a donut coffee. Neither confirmed anything, of course, yet the speculation lingered like glitter after a preschool craft project, fueling gossip for months.
Some people have speculated before, maybe Ryan Reynolds had the feeling that there was something going on between them, or he felt that Blake Lively was attracted to Justin.
And then there's Savages, introducing Taylor Kitsch, co-star extraordinaire and the latest leading man to orbit Blake Lively. Credit where it's due, Taylor's brooding intensity paired with Blake's smoldering allure created undeniably captivating on-screen moments. But off-screen? Oh boy. People couldn't stop speculating about their close connection, a phrase that suspiciously sounds like PR code for they seemed really into each other. At this point, Blake's name might as well carry a disclaimer, warning, prolonged exposure may spark romantic rumors, showcasing a consistent pattern.
How much longer can Ryan Reynolds support his wife in this?
The question isn't whether Blake has feelings for her co-stars, it's how many takes it takes for her to notice them. With It Ends With Us, Justin Baldoni appears to be the latest in a long line of handsome, talented men who unwittingly auditioned for Blake's off-screen drama. Hollywood may call it a pattern, but at this point it seems more like a lifestyle. Whether it's a calculated career strategy, an innocent inability to separate art from life, or something a bit more Freudian, Blake has a talent for keeping everyone guessing.
Blake at the summit as he swerves these questions about the negative headline.
And speaking of the lawsuit, let's discuss the fallout, because no one is coming out unscathed. Blake, for starters, is walking a tightrope. If her claims against Baldoni are proven false, the professional and reputational damage could be devastating. Hollywood isn't exactly forgiving when it comes to public missteps, especially those that unfold in court. The stakes are enormous, and Blake's career is undeniably on the line, threatening to derail years of careful image cultivation and success in the brutal industry.
No, it's like Tina Fey says, if you're feeling good about yourself, just go online.
I mean, that's true, but of course he has to position himself right away as the victim.
Ryan Reynolds, too, finds himself under an increasingly intense spotlight. The strain on his marriage to Blake is no secret, with reports of jealousy, control issues, and explosive arguments dominating the headlines. Ryan's role in the case, both as Blake's husband and a named party in Baldoni's countersuit, adds another layer of complexity. Is he a pillar of support? Or is he fueling the fire? The jury's still out, both literally and figuratively, creating an uncertain future for the beloved couple.
Look how much fun they are having at the red carpet event, because, that's what couples who are suffering with traumatic, crippling fear and harassment do, is they go out and smile for cameras and act like there's nothing happening.
Let's address the looming elephant in the room, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' marriage, or what's left of it amid this whirlwind of legal drama. Rumors are spinning faster than a tornado at a Hollywood gala, and most insiders aren't exactly betting on a fairy tale ending. The whispers that Blake and Ryan might split have grown louder, fueled by the very public mess they're entangled in. Relationship experts suggest this lawsuit didn't emerge out of nowhere, but rather poured gasoline on pre-existing flames, pushing their union to the breaking point.
Yeah, there's I also didn't become my career was an aggregate. It was very slow, so I didn't have that like overnight success.
The shocking pre-trial revelations about Blake's alleged feelings for Justin Baldoni have triggered a chain reaction nobody anticipated. Now the big questions hang heavy like a suspense thriller. Did Blake's attraction to Justin cause her to overreact? Or is there a deeper story beneath the surface? Can Ryan and Blake recover from this public abyss? Or is this the beginning of the end for their marriage? And what does this saga reveal about the brutal pressures of fame and the tightrope between private life and public persona that can make or break a celebrity? This courtroom saga is far from over.